Guys, we have breaking news right now. Adam Schefter tweeted 2 minutes ago, ESPN sources, Jets fire head coach Robert Saleh.
What?
Oh, Diana is reacting to this.
She's on with us.
We've got an insider right now who is looking at this. Her mouth is open. We have a natural in the wild video of Diana getting the news from her phone. She's too busy talking with us about stupid shit.
Do you think Belichick called? I mean,
we ruined Diana's morning.
Did you
Way
miss
to
a
go,
text
everyone.
with us, Diana?
She's got to go. She's got
We were talking about the lack of empathy for the dead.
Oh, Schefter scooped her.
We are wasting her time.
Do we feel bad for Robert Saleh?
We have to
I
feel
bad for Diana.
I feel bad for Diana.
Crazy. Of course.
That's terrible.
In the middle of Dan clarifying, you know what? When people die, I feel bad for them. This news happens.
In a flying squirrel suit. That's
so
what we were
bad.
talking about.
She just bailed.
We'll see
She has to.
whether or not
She should.
she comes back. While we wait for her, Stugatz, your thoughts on not only the Jets firing Robert Saleh, but as
She's back. Hold on. I want to see this.
all right,
The working of
hold
the
on.
phones right now.
I spelled it wrong.
Oh, man. Who? What?
Okay, she is.
I'm with you. Is there an E at the end? An A?
right.
Saleh?
I don't
Saleh?
like viewing this. I feel uncomfortable.
I knew this
watching
was going to happen.
Diana,
I
should-
knew
should-
this was going to happen.
Should we stop? Like, do you want to get off camera
Okay,
here? Oh, you're back. Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
okay, what do you guys want to know?
What happened?
Well, tell us what it is that's happening right now, and I don't feel good viewing you in the wild this way. Your stress shouldn't be.
These are things I don't want to see.
Your
I mean,
anxiety shouldn't be videoed by us.
No, it's fine. It's fine. This is the job. I love this stuff, guys. I don't love people getting fired, but look, this doesn't come as a extreme shock. The only thing that is maybe catching me off guard a little bit on this is they decided to run it back this year with Robert Saleh. Woody Johnson made that decision himself, right? There were definitely some people in that building suggesting they move on from Robert Saleh after last year's disaster. We did tons of reporting on just a lot of issues that they were having in that building outside of the fact that Aaron Rodgers was injured. There was just really bad coaching decisions being made. We've seen it, and it bled into this year. So I'm surprised when they had an opportunity to do it, they didn't do it when you do it at the start of the season. So obviously coming back from London's bad, guys. Losing in London is no good. This is where all the problems start. I think it's the long flight. I think it's the embarrassment on international television. It's everything. The Jets have been focused on trying to get Devontae Adams in that building. I think Robert Saleh has been trying to do essentially what he thinks is going to be best for Aaron Rodgers in all of this. Aaron obviously has all the power in that organization. So now, we see Robert Saleh's been let go here, and I'm trying to just find out who's going to be the interim here. So that's what we're going to work on next. But you have to wonder, do you go with someone already on? There is nobody, maybe Jeff Ulbrich, the defensive coordinator, who's done a really good job. I know the players love him. Is that the right fit?
I think it'd be Hackett. I think it would be Hackett if they go that route.
Stu, it's not Hackett.
Well, if he's running the organization, Diana, that's his best friend. So I could see, I could envision a scenario in which he promotes Nathaniel Hackett, the head coach, and they go on, and he wants to have a good season for his friend. I could see that happening.
Stu, no.
Okay.
Look, I'll come back on if that gets me. If I get this information right now that's the truth, I'll stay on for the whole show and we can discuss how ridiculous that is.
Okay.
But look, does Woody Johnson call Andrew Berry in Cleveland right now and say, "Give me Mike Vrabel, bring him in here, clean this up right now"? Can you make this team better?
Do you fire him without knowing what you're going to do? Wouldn't you already know what you're going to do? And of course, Belichick's available.
Bill Belichick is available.
Yep.
Diana, let me stop you for a second.
Yeah.
Why don't you go do your job and we'll check back in with you? Do you want to go do your job so that we're not in your way?
Dan, I appreciate that. Can you guys give me 10? I just
Yes,
need
go
You
to
can
her
take the
job.
day if you
Go
need to.
You know
Yes.
what? In fact, just
Yes.
turn her sound down so we can watch her and
Right.
just watch her go crazy. Put her in picture, and so we can watch her be nuts, and we will talk about this because, Stugatz, you are a Jets fan,
Yep.
and I haven't talked to you about what happened on Sunday, which is Robert Saleh just got fired because Aaron Rodgers was terrible. And they've given Aaron Rodgers all of the power in the organization. And the last 2 weeks, they needed somebody to win the game at the end, and he couldn't do it. They were good enough to be in both of those games at the end.
Yep.
They missed a field goal, and then they lose against an undefeated Minnesota team because he can't close off the drive. So tell us how it is that you're feeling as a Jets fan. You've been talking for a while about Saleh needs to be gone.
Yeah, and it's interesting because not only did you lose that game, you lost it to Sam Darnold, who was a quarterback you drafted in the top 5 of the NFL draft, and he didn't play that well, and you still lost that game. And Aaron has to finish those games off. I said this last week. I've been watching that Jet game for 40 years, and what I expected to be different was, I have a great quarterback now. They're going to finish these games. They're going to finish every one of these games, and they haven't been able to do so. You're all in with Aaron Rodgers. So if Rodgers doesn't want Saleh there, why would you keep the coach around when a guy like Belichick or Vrabel is available and wanting to coach? I like the move. I think the Jets had to do it because Aaron Rodgers wanted them to do it, and they're all in with Aaron Rodgers. I'm good with that.
So when you're doing a midseason firing like this, there's only one of two ways. Either the owner goes to the GM and says, we're firing the manager today. That's it. I won't do it. I'm not going to watch this guy coach my team one more time. Or the main player on your team.
It was the main player.
Goes to the owner and says, you're going to blow the season. We've got to do it now before it's too late. I think those are the only two possibilities. And in the Jets case, I think it's more Rodgers to Johnson because Johnson, this is not his MO.
No.
To do something in the middle of the season. So I think this is more Rodgers trying to cover up his inadequacies at 41 by saying, listen, we're going to blame Saleh for this because I'm not playing well enough.
Is it fair to say that the Aaron Rodgers experiment is failing? It seems to me it is. You can't.
They have a game Monday night for first place. I mean, if they win the game, they're in first place.
It's because
it's been a while since I could say that.
Okay,
Greg.
unexpectedly, it's turned into a shit division.
Right.
Pardon my French. But it just, you can't fault him for being injured all last season. But you can look at him this year and say, you know what? He's got a legit number one receiver. He's got a good running back. Why aren't they scoring more? Why is he not closing games? Why isn't he not winning a couple of games that were very winnable? I'm not saying it's a failure right now. I'm saying at some point, when does a Jet fan say the Aaron Rodgers thing ain't working?